Hey guys, we're back. I don't know what's going on at all. Last time Slavia got killed. What else is there to say? Is this going to turn into Higurashi when they cry? I don't want that. No. Alyssa was. Wait, I didn't even finish watching it. I don't know who the killer was. If I don't know who the killer in Higurashi is, how do I defeat them? Man, I'm screwed. Should have finished watching Higurashi. Actually, the VN's coming to Steam. It's kinetic though, so I don't know if I'll play it. Alyssa was standing beside me, wringing her hands with a pained look and watching the full moon rising. We have to call the police. We've already called them. Back then it was only Slavia. Now it's also Yana and Olga. Have you seen her? No, but what? She too is? Alyssa burst into tears. We still don't know a thing, but nevertheless, it's clear that something's going on here. Even if they're not just pretending to be pioneers, but something's really happening with this world. Right now, I have all the chances to depart out of it without getting any answers for my questions. So I have to focus on the survival. Survival. The word hit me with a sharp pain in the back of my head. Survival. It was just yesterday I had not the slightest idea about anything happening like this. Quiet summer night was raining over everything around us. Not a whiff of wind, not a rustle of grass, or a dance of mellow wood leaves were to be heard. Nothing. Just a reflection of the moonlight in the cabin's windows, scarce clouds upon the sky, yet the impenetrable darkness. They say that one who would stare into it long enough will see the abyss. At least we got an H scene. That's worth it, right? Even if we die, we got an H scene. Worth. Go away. Um, Fans offline. The grasshoppers. They were DJing to what? Two shift? I don't know. DJ? As if they're constantly on duty. As the day shift winds up, the night shift, who gets enough sleep, begins. Oh, then the night one's cast off, and I had to find some insecticide. After all, at least I'll wipe out a couple divisions. With any luck, though, will get me some quiet living space around this cabin. Sure, I can't destroy them all. What the heck? It's more than likely that there are more of them than all the humans in this world. Why are we talking about that? Can you hear it? Alyssa sat down and huddled up against me, just trembling with all of her body. What? I've strained my ears. Seemed that somebody was slowly walking down the trail to her cabin. Couldn't make out anything in the dark, but the steps grew more and more audible with every second. Don't sweat it. He won't dare to attack the two of us, although I wasn't really sure about that. My hands instinctively started to search for something useful for self-defense. Hey, sorry. Soon enough, I found a piece of water pipe underneath the bench. It's not much help, of course. It's way too thick and uncomfortable to wield, but it's still better than going empty-handed. The mere sight of this monstrosity would make anyone pee themselves, more likely from laughter. There's nothing I could do. We're good as sitting ducks here, so I'd rather move towards the enemy. I couldn't say that I was bursting with courage and valor. In fact, quite the contrary. I was really sucking out. It just seemed that I had no other choice. I heaved a deep breath and slowly headed into the darkness. Soon enough, I can make out more features of the stranger's shadows. Not really tall, weird hairstyle, a skirt. That ought to be Lena! I lowered my guard. What are you doing here this late at night? Lena's face was stained with tears. Come on. No! She's the killer! No! I led her to Alyssa. As Lena was coming back to her senses, she tried to explain what happened. I was just sitting alone, and it was already quite late, and Miku's still missing, and what happened to Slavia and I just couldn't match this image of Lena. A sobbing girl sitting right in front of me, the one that I've seen at the square a few hours ago. A grin of the devil and hellish flames in her eyes. Maybe it was just my imagination. So there's two possibilities, well, three possibilities really. A, Catgirl's the killer. B, Lena's the killer, because, she went yandere again. But, I mean, or C, everyone is the killer. I mean, that's a plausible theory, everyone being the killer. Maybe it's just my imagination, or maybe not. By any chance, do you know where Olyana and Olga are? She raised her surprised eyes upon me. Nope. Why, they're also missing? Well, we can't be so sure so far, Semyon. I didn't realize she was addressing me. Huh? Don't you think that it's way too quiet in the camp? It's night and everyone's sleeping, aren't they? I straightened my ears. Indeed. There are no sounds besides those grasshoppers. I mean, no sounds whatsoever. How's this place usually like? Quiet, whispered Lena. Quiet, but not that quiet. I couldn't let girls burst into panic, although I was starting to freak out myself. Yet there's a lot of reasons to. Humans disappearing into thin air, horrible murders. There's been multiple murders. There's only been one. Friends that pretended to be pioneers until the very end. I was ready to lose it. Okay, let's think rational. The girls gave me a few questioning looks. People can't just disappear without a trace. That means, nope, it doesn't mean anything. Suddenly, we heard a rustle in the bushes behind the cabin. I didn't manage to grab my pipe as Router emerged from the darkness. Ah, here we are. We're still calling him Router? Seeing that he wasn't really concerned with all the stuff happening around. Oh Lord, stop jumping at people like that. The girls are gonna get a heart attack this way. Although I wasn't sure who was the most frightened, either me or them. Yeah, I apologize. Why have you come? Have you seen Shrek? We have. He's missing again! Come on, we already went through this arc. Looks like half the camp was just disappeared in the last few hours. Plus, it's too quiet around here. We've noticed it already. There's no light anywhere. Dead silence. Oh, don't you whip up the tension here, or I feel sick already. Is that coming from in-game, or? Oh no, it's coming from the fax machine. Who uses a fax machine? What am I doing? Not doing anything. He flashed a mysterious smile that gave me the creeps. Is he the killer? Okay, you stay here and I'm gonna scout around the camp. No! 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 Come on! Wait, so is Miku in the cabin in there? It probably wasn't exactly the brightest idea. I have to think first, then speak. Ahem. I'll go with you. Okay, but then you stay here, and don't forget that Miku is sleeping in the cabin. Yes, sir, yes, sir. What a dork. Any other day, that corny smile would make me kicking. Lena's gonna die. See ya, Lena. You're out of here. About half an hour later, our search led us at the square. All the cabins were empty. Looks like there's only 5 of us left in camp. I limped along with that pipe of mine. It appeared to be so lightweight and holding it for some time, I've understood that one can wear out even a carrying sack of floss. Where on earth is everyone? Alyssa appeared to be more or less even-tempered. The horror of the first minutes when we were going from one cabin to another has already passed. You know, Alyssa's fine, so I'm okay with going with her. I might go for her out next. Well, at least we can be sure that it's not the same case. As for whatever that has happened to Slavia. Why's that? Well, I'm just thinking. Where are the bodies? I said in a whisper, fearing of scaring her. But where is everyone then? Disappeared? Hardly a credible explanation. But if you think about it, nothing credible whatsoever has happened in the last 24 hours. That is true. They're gonna just go and just like that. It's not like anything depends on us now. And in any case, tomorrow is still another day. I tried to pull a smile. Let's join the others. Yeah, agreed Alyssa with a hint of indecision. Oh god. We could only make a few steps as the rustle in the bushes came from behind. I abruptly turned and peered towards the source of the sound. Alyssa clung to my hand so hard that it hurt and I tightened my grip to the pipe. Ooh, who's there? No idea. I strained my eyes but still couldn't make out anything out of the darkness. Hey! I had no idea on what to do next. The rustle suddenly cut off, and all the night sound ceased back to the usual cricket fiddling. Could it be that some wild animal? I said with a feel of insecurity. Wild animal? She gripped my hand even tighter. But there's no wild animals around here. I'm a squirrel, for example. I don't know. A squirrel? Yeah, a squirrel. Well, maybe. Shall we go? Yeah, let's go. In a minute, we were approaching Olga's cabin. Yara and Lena remained silent and just shuddered slightly as they've seen us. So, how is it? No one out there. What do you mean, no one? Everyone's gone, said Alyssa through her tears. The girls rushed into each other's arms, and I've sat down next to her, finally dropping the abhorrent pipe at mine to the ground. It's just as simple? Just as simple. Wait, no, secret option 4, Miku's the killer. I haven't really considered that, but it's not insane to think that, although it's unlikely. So, I don't really think it's Lena, just because, you know, it's more likely that it's everyone than her. So, I don't know. But how? I really don't know. Maybe it's an alien abduction? What a nonsense. I'm just gonna guess and say that they're at the old what's it called? The old place. Want to play deductions, Sherlock? Well, it could be the same maniac. It's kind of way too hot for just one man, don't you think? Guess you're right, but who? How's it then? It still could turn out to be just a stupid prank. Slavia too? It's all just a stupid prank? No, she was definitely murdered by someone. But who? He gave me an error gaze. I have no idea. Maybe it was you. I was starting to wind up. Oh no, we're having a fallout. Oh no, please no. Or you. Not me for sure. How can you prove it? Why on earth shall I make excuses for you? You're the only one without an alibi. Maybe it was old Semyon. I mean, that doesn't explain what's happening now, but... And so do you have an alibi yet? I was in my cabinet night. Sure, can prove it. Sure, but Shirk's being temporarily unavailable. Rather gritted his teeth and turned away. Anyways, I'm the one here with an alibi. I'm not going to be justifying myself here. I'm sure about it. It's good to be confident about oneself. I'm also sure about myself, and Miku can prove me right. I was with her all the time. Not exactly the best witness. Just as good as yours. I have no idea how long are you like this, if it wasn't Lena who intervened in this conversation. Boys, come on, that's enough. You're right, sorry. Yeah. See, my wife is what's the word? Reliable at times. I forgot the word. Dude, it's not the best time for such a trial now. Anyways, we should stick together. It would help us not to disappear, as Ella says timidly. I'm not sure about all the disappearances stuff, but at least it should help us stay alive. Then I glance at my watch. It's almost 4 o'clock. What, it's been 4 hours? The sun will be rising soon. Okay, squad. Time to hit the hay, or you're gonna end up totally wiped out. But, no buts. Nobody tried to object, and we entered the cabin quietly. What's happening? Desu? Seems like we workman mesh up. It's okay. Keep sleeping. But she was already sitting on the bed and staring blankly at her little party. Well, you see, they're all gone, disappeared. Everyone's gone. Lena burst into tears and flung her arms around Mash's neck. What? What's going on? Can you speak clearly? Long story short, I've cracked my neck and made a compulsive reach for the cigarettes in my pocket. Finding none, I've heaved a sigh of frustration and said, "Looks like there's just the 5 of us left in this camp, meaning everyone in this room. Rejoice, Captain Obvious! You're going to keep the watch first." Eh? Okay, nothing. Do you really think that it's safe for everyone to sleep at the same time? Well, it isn't, but exactly. Panda handed the pipe and slowly approached the bed where Lena was still sobbing in Mash's arms. Well, if you won't mind. I slipped my boots off, got over the girls, and turned towards the wall. But how? Anyhow, sleep. I was so exhausted, both physically and, what's more importantly, emotionally, that I wasn't able to do anything, think anything, communicate with anybody. I was so desperate to get some sleep. Way too desperate. Masher's whisper, Lena's subs, Lissa's voice, all that had somehow melted into one quiet lullaby, and I fell asleep. I still have the matches, though. So I should keep that in mind. I woke up because somebody was persistently trying to throw me off balance. More like the physical balance. Router was hanging over me and shaking my shoulder. Why am I still calling you Router? What? It's your turn now. How much I've slept? About an hour. An hour? Stay on your watch. I'm already dozing off. Yeah, an infinite power source wouldn't hurt our Router, although it wouldn't hurt me too. Oh, fine. I rose with a considerable effort, got over Lena and Mashu, who slept in with their arms around each other, and jumped down to the ground. The room seemed slightly brighter. The morning's come. Yeah. Router tried to get at my place, but I grabbed him by the collar, threw him down on the floor, gave him the blanket and the pillow. So you can, and you cannot. Come to think about it, why can't he? Anyway, it's not important now. Yeah, doesn't matter. Took the chair, dragged it to the door, sat down and started to wait. Anticipation seems like the best word to describe what's going on. What I'm going to do. Now the door will burst open and the maniac will break into the room, or the last tenants of the camp will disappear, or I will disappear. In any case, something will happen. I deeply feel that. Router was snorting his head off. I think it means snoring, but you know. The girls were sleeping securely, and I was starting to doze off too. I clenched the pipe harder. The feeling of cold metal against my bare skin somehow brought me back to my senses. I must not sleep. I'm their only hope now. And my only hope too. But it's hard to resist. Just a couple minutes. Uh-oh. My eyes seemed to live their own life, opening and closing spontaneously. My mind wandered. Oh, so I'm keeping watch inside. I thought I was, gonna sit outside. Some wrestling came from behind the door. No, I must have imagined that. Just the grasshoppers. What are they still up to? Maybe it's the grasshoppers to blame? They came as a swarm of locusts, but they can't be devoured, everyone. Vision of me being devoured by the grasshoppers unfolded in my mind. Oh, the grasshoppers made me just remember that the real name of Higurashi is Higurashi when the Keikata's guy. It's just a bad translation. So is this like based off Higurashi? I wonder. I You see, the Kakatas, they're in every anime. They're the best side character, really. I I heard that joke somewhere. I forget where, but you know. Vision of me being devoured by grasshoppers folded in my mind. This disgusting form was brewing in my head. Their long, neat legs, their wings, a huge head and the eyes filled with darkness. Eyes reflecting the abyss. Just like the grasshopper in the eye, and you'll never be the same again. That's how it happens. I'm running away and they're all after me. There are thousands of them. Millions! Yet I'm desperately jumping over the pits and gullies, climbing rocks and rocks. Climbing hills and rocks. They don't care. They've got wings. Yeah, those filthy wings. Is that part of the game, or... I hope that's part of the game! Probably they won't need their teeth anyways. Usually they just flap those horrible wings faster and faster. They're sounding the sonic wave of the apocalypse. No! Yeah, that's the game. Okay. I can hear this. Please somebody stop it. Okay, I'm gonna call it there. What's going on? I think it's been a good 15 at least minutes, hopefully. I don't know what's going on, but we'll find out eventually, guys. Just believe in the heart of the cards. We can do it, guys.